need to like defrag my computer, I think. It's been really slow. Like when I was playing Monster Hunter, it was really slow, but like it's really slow playing Hearthstone too.
Oh.
So like, yeah, something's something.
Yeah, but also like not just defrag, you need to like delete all of your icons.
Maybe, yeah. Hey Lamp, hey Pro Gamer. You love that the chat is still loaded from last stream. Yeah, I wish I had an easy way to just kind of like delete that really quick. Alright chat, what do you think? Should I play garbage or not? I don't really want to play garbage. In fact, I'd really like to not play garbage, frankly. Kind of over garbage. What will I use today? I don't know. Frankly, I'm kind of lost. Kind of lost. I do like some people have been, you know, requesting things a lot in my YouTube channel, so I do kind of want to do something with that, but at the same time, I don't think I'll do that today. Heart's not in it. We should play garbage that wins. Is there garbage that wins? This is kind of garbage that wins. Does this count? So, draw, drain eye. That's for the thing. This is so funny to me. It's too bad this isn't a Murloc. I know that they're not technically a Murloc, right? Like, it's a person inside, but like, they're dressed up as a Murloc. Could be a Murloc. I actually think most of this is okay. Bunch of bananas. How good is bunch of bananas? Chat. This is good with Dread Bungus, but it's not good on its own. Acid Bungus. What's the thing? Oh, yeah. Gotta do something about that. I like this just fine. I don't know what the third card's gonna be, though. I'm thinking of possibly cutting Starfish as my third beast and replacing it with Web Spinner. Guapo, thank you so much for the 21 months, my friend. How are you? Does anything else in here offend me? I don't think so. It's mostly fine. Starfish in the ETC. I could. I don't think I will. I think I like a main board. I think I want value in the ETC, but I don't think so. Like the card that I would want to run in there is like Magatha. What's our spell count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So about a third of the deck. About a fourth of the deck, actually. It's okay, right? Could be Magatha. I mowed the lawn today and my wife cleaned the house, so I'm feeling refreshed. Nice, nice. Nice. Alright, that's what's going in there, I think. We have our 2 techie options and value, so that'll be something. Okay. Diddly doo, diddly doo, diddly diddly doo doo. I was gonna play one deck to climb to High Legend. What deck are you playing for the month? That Miracle Road deck felt both fun and very strong. So I guess it would be that. Nice Druid skin, thank you. I made it myself. Made it myself. Victory or death, you say? Is this 2 cost strong enough to keep without a 1-drop? I guess it is. I guess so, chat. Not playing Bran with new Bran in deck? Yeah, that is true. That is true. Ah, I see. You've brought Spagooty. This is the first time I've like disenchanted a signature because I just really liked the golden that much more. Like the signature for this is so stupid. Whereas like this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. I would love for this one to be like popping out of the frame and stuff. Lotheb and Leroy were what I got with Bran. I have to adjust the size of my thingamajig. Guess I'll do this.
We have a problem.
Ba ba ba. All right. There, that's okay. Sufficient. Stop and smell the spagooty, as they say. Alright, get my Draenei out of the deck. If I do this, we can get through that thing. Do I like those? I like the Leroy one. I like the Lotheb one's fun to have, especially as a Lotheb fan. You know, like it's kind of cool from a completionist standpoint. I just don't really care about completionist type things anymore. So like having a Lotheb collection doesn't really do much for me, but definitely gonna keep it. So like I have the diamond one, I have the signature one, and the golden one. The golden one, like, I guess I could probably just get rid of it at this point, because like I'm never going to use it over the diamond one, and yeah, I'm only keeping it because like, you know, that copy of Lotheb was such a special thing to me for so long. And now, like, you know, Hearthstone cards aren't that special to me, so I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. Probably nothing. Hi, Mr. Boo. Is he Reynolds Munter going? Well, those are words you've said to me. I'll say that much. Ah, that's the whole reason we're playing this right now. What are you doing, me, ham? You big ham. Could do this. And this. Is that good? Beep, beep, boop. I don't know if that actually prevents anything. Are we just doing one deck today and playing Arena tomorrow? I don't know what we're doing next. So today I'm going to do 2 videos worth of stuff. And might switch decks in between, depending on how this goes. And then either tomorrow or the next day I'll do 2 more, which may end up being Arena, depending. I haven't actually taken that close a look at the Arena stuff. I don't know if it's like really sweet or not. Would Zephyrs be lethal? No. From what I heard, the arena changes are more positive than negative. It's like a new thing. So that's cool too. Ooh, there's Zephyrs. Might be a turn too late. It may in fact be a turn too late. We'll find out. Uh-huh. Yeah. What you doing over there? What did they change? I haven't taken a close enough look at it. I do not really know. Alright, at least they don't have an Astor now. No, we're safe from that. So I could play this and one of these, and then Zeph for Savage Roar, which would be for 8 damage, 9 damage, and 6 is not enough. So let's figure out something else to do.
Something to consider.
If I'm going to do this and this, I will have 1 mana left over to either play this or to use this. Or to use this. I think it'll be this. Alright, cool. Have I seen any new expansion cards? Have they shown any new expansion cards? I haven't been paying any attention. 0 attention. Yesterday, I was at my parents for so long that I my video went out late, like by half an hour. Oh, Zeddy said he's seen some behind the scenes. I do frequently see things behind the scenes. It's very possible that I've seen some new expansion cards. Chat, is this lethal? Answer me that. Answer me that, chat. Do you think we have lethal here? Something about it seems like... What? Where's my bloodlust? I understand this is probably lethal regardless, right? But, yeah. But, like... When I come to a party looking for lethal and looking for bloodlust specifically, and you give me non-bloodlust, stresses me out, Zephies. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Bring your own bloodlust. Zeph finding the least satisfying lethal in his arsenal is on brand. True. True. He do be that way sometimes. Should we keep PPs? Maybe I'll toss PPs. I'll keep Troubled Mechanic though. How many? So we got the Singer, Trinket Tracker, and Miracle Salesman. 3 of 40 cards that are like, you know, we really want to have those in our hand, opening hand going first. I don't think that's enough 1-drops to not keep like something like this. Is this even worth keeping though? I figure like the earlier you have this, the better, right? Because it's supposed to draw one specific card out of my deck. Hey, thanks for showing up just in time. But it also might be the type of thing where it's like not even that strong, right? I don't know. Well then. Somehow I feel like the opposite order would have been better. It's just me though. Chat on screen, you like it? Awesome. Glad you like it. Glad you like it. Glad somebody likes it. No, the reception has been generally positive. In fact, I don't think someone said, ew, chat on screen to me yet. Spreading madness, huh? It's the funny technology. They did not hurt themselves that much with that, which I think is what they wanted to do. Because that's a way to very rapidly discount your own Flush Giant, which is why that would be good in the Demon Seed. I understand it also progresses the quest, but there are much better ways to do that. Funny. Alright, well, here's this, I guess. You don't love to play Lotheb there, but you do love to use all of your mana, so there we are. Haha. Raise the Scale kind of feels like it's doing work, but yep. We're getting them pretty close. Kind of tempo kinging them down. Oh, I can't even use it. 7, 9. We're not quite there. Not quite there, chat. Ooh. Oh no, that progresses though. So yeah, back to 14. That's something. Not only does this push more damage, but it also prevents the defile. Top? Ran off the top is what you're trying to say. Okay, yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been nice. I will say I would have been pleased to see that there. They're free, chat. After all these days, they're finally free of my razor scale. Which is not great news for Marshy. I'll say that much. I don't have any like dirty rats or anything. Ah, too bad. Too bad. Ooh. This is for later, right? Zephy's would offer me nothing I want. So I think what I'm gonna do is that. Hello, Marshy. Just wanted to share that I hit a new milestone of 7 crayons in my nose at once. Well done, Galactic Lobster. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Kids, don't try this at home. Galactic Lobster is a professional. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Way too early predictions what classes will get good quests. As you well know, they're going to give Rogue and Demon Hunter the best quests because they hate all of the based classes. Like, do people not like Paladin? I'm trying to be really Reddit negative. Is that a good one? Just that, like, you know, Paladin's gonna have the nuts quest. So they're always giving the best stuff to Paladin. I don't know. Something horrible. Chat, I think I'm gonna die. Think I am gonna die. Hate to see it.
Looking for a standoff? Careful, it's against me. One shot is all I need.
Warlock will get a quest for another way to open a portal of imps. That'd be really funny. You know what would be really cool is if they just reimagined all of the original quests. Ooh, is it Marshy Deader's time? Sure seems like it. Sure seems like Marshy Deader's time. People hate Rogue, Hunter, Demon Hunter, and Paladin. Alright. It's gonna be those. Chat, I died. I died, chat. I don't wanna die. Sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. Give Paladin quest charge? Galvadon, but with charge. Galva charge. Reno Hunter, please. I refuse to play Reno Hunter. I won't do it. I won't do it, ever. Oh, okay. Pulled Goldrin from packs. Any advice on Big Beast version of this? Or would it be too slow? Someday I may play Big Beast. The concept of it is very boring. But I may do it. And then you'll know. A nice chatter has been asking for Big Beast for a while, so would like to oblige them at some point.
We have turned our curse into
Even Shaman. It is Beholster, it is. Beholst, the new brand.
No one's going to believe this.
What about Jungle Giants 2, where Barney makes your opponent's minions cost 0? What a twist. That would be a twist. How would you rework OG Hunter Quest to be good in modern Hearthstone? I would give the I'll give the Raptors like at least rush, but possibly charge. The Carnessa has rush now, right? Pretty sure. So yeah, if all the Raptors had rush, that would be pretty good. It might not be like, you know, it might be standard, like it would certainly be standard good, but yeah, it might be like more wild fun. It's just kind of like their 1 for 3/2, draw a card if and only if you've done other stupid things isn't very strong. So Galvadon quest predictions. I predict that no one will ever talk about Galvadon again. So I don't know. You know what would be really cool is if they gave the Galvadon quest to Death Knight. And then, you know, rose it from the dead or something. Rose it. Because that was the last Kaleidosaur, you see. Well, that seems just fine. Seems just fine, chat. Martian, could you consider removing the list of opponents' cards? It clutters up the background of the chat. I could consider that. I could. Let's see. So what I would actually do is I would increase the opacity of the background of it. I would leave it there so that I can look at it on my screen. Because like I know that you guys have to see chat there, but for me, I still want to see what cards they have so I can talk about it. So I can increase the opacity so it's like easier to see the chat. And yeah, at that level, I don't think it's super useful for you guys to look at that stuff anyway. So I think if I made it harder for you guys to see what my opponent has played, at this point that would be fine. But I still want to see it. So what I would do is I would increase the opacity if I was going to do that. I know some content creators have a way to remove the opponent's deck on the screen, but not on the streamers. Yeah, that involves me capturing the game and the individual windows of the HS3 overlay, which I used to do. That makes it harder for me to do things like, you know, this. Like if I wanted to pull a thing over, I would have to like turn my desktop on and then pull it over first, which is how I used to do that type of thing, and I just don't want to. Oh, I do have a dirty rat. Look at me go. Last game I was like, I don't have a dirty rat. Lying as usual. None of you are Acid Moth. So there's that. Well, they have that now. We know that much. We know that much, chat. I dare you to play it. That's what I thought.
The living drop all kinds of things.
So there's this guy. I think I should take that guy. This can trade into that. It's already great. So unless I get Dreadscale. That's not Dreadscale.
Got anything good? Knocked him.
We have a problem.
The new Draenei Legendary is so cool for slower 100 decks. She really is. Really, very cool card. Gives you the gas you need in the later game. Oh, boy. Clover Groom.
I'll blast you to smithereens. Let the hunt
Do I want Zephyrs? Probably. What is the currently best even in odd decks right now? Even Shaman and what? Odd Hunter? Odd Paladin?
I see you.
Guess it is probably even Shaman, isn't it?
I see you brought guests.
Job's done.
Odd, I think, is much more up in the air. I thought that Odd Hunter we played the other day was alright. Like, I thought that one was okay. Like, would Odd Paladin be that much better or worse than that? I don't think so. It's probably similar.
Hearty snacks.
Did they change Asimov? Didn't your own minion not die when taking damage? Correct! They buffed Acid Maw. It only pets your opponent's minions now. Well, I don't love giving them a whole extra turn of Toy Boat. I'll say that much. Don't love that, chat. Don't love it at all. I do love that I get to do this next turn, though. Yeah, they did buff Dreadscale at the same time, huh? Yeah, neither of them hit friends now, which is great. Isn't that great, Dreadscale? I think Dreadscale Serpent Bloom is a much more acceptable version of Flurgle Toxfin. Like, this is coming from a Flurgle Toxfin fan. I enjoy Flurgle Toxfin. You know, when Flurgle Toxfin was 3 mana and could be tutored with 1 card, it was a little busted. And I think the fact that you can't tutor these both makes these a little better. It's also in a different class that I think these are more acceptable in. You agree? What is my opponent gonna do? You're still mad about Dreadsteed? Word. You can. With fetch. And I guess. But like that's not like
Never bring a sword.
okay, so for fetch, it's draw a minion, and if you do, if it's a beast, draw a spell, right? So you have to, for that to tutor this instead of possibly draw them. Because, like, if you build your deck like normal, that's drawing, that's not tutoring. But you could build your deck to be, you know, 2 Serpent Bloom, 1 of him, and then 27 weapons. Are there 27 weapons in hero cards collectively? available to Hunter? Yes. In which case, if you ran one fetch, it would tutor this guy. So like that's a little different, I think. I guess I'm still doing it. Fine. There's no way there are 27 weapons. I bet there's more than like 7 weapons, right? So to get to 27 weapons, you need like what? Like between weapons and hero cards. So like, 13 weapons is enough. Oh, and locations too. Yeah. There's definitely, we can definitely get it to the point where our single copy of fetch will always find Tread Scale and Serpent Bloom, but that's like, you have to ruin your deck to do that. You didn't have to ruin your deck to make Flirtle Toxin work. Why is Odd Paladin so bad now? I don't know. I haven't tried it in a while. I think it's a little basic. When something hasn't gotten any support in a really long time, it tends to be mid. But also, like, what was strong about Odd Paladin was being able to go hero power, hero power, hero power. Two armed men, so like Quartermaster. And like, that's not as scary for decks anymore.
Let the hunt begin.
So, like, I know that, like, okay, so there's Warhorse Trainer, but like the concept of the deck is very similar to what it used to be. So, like, that's just very fair nowadays. Yeah, maybe the next time it gets Broken Dude support, it'll be something. If they released, like, I don't know, 5 more 1-cost dude payoffs, then maybe Questline over Baku type. What you call it could be good. I guess, like, because I'm up against Mage, I won't keep Felderin. Acid Maw clearly broken. That rogue insta-conceded. That was Dreadscale. Yep. To be fair, I get their names mixed up all the time. I always have to, like, sit and think about it for a second.
This one eating hearty snacks.
Rise to the occasion. Is that the name of the quest line? Probably. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Steven. That's even your real name. I think I'll still play this. Do you think Paladin questline could be 2 instead of 3 1-drops per step? I do think that. I do think it could easily be that. It could also just be replaced with, like, a less boring progression system. Like, I really wish the steps were just summon dudes, right? Instead of play 1 cost. Like, play 1 cost is not a fun... Like, having to restrict your whole deck to playing just way too many 1-drops isn't a fun quest progression system, in my most humble Marshy opinion. I would have much rather it be something like, summon 7 dudes on each stage or something. I don't know. What is a forgotten evergreen archetype that you wish got support soon? I would like to see more Odd Paladin support. I always want more Hand Warlock support. I'd love more Hand Warlock support that would make it feel like old Handlock, you know what I mean? I think that'd be sweet. There was a Kazakusan Prismatic Lens Questline deck? Why doesn't Handlock feel like Handlock? It's not that it doesn't. I just, like, I wouldn't want, like, I want Handlock to be I want handlock to be making big giants that are making big threats based on your hand size, like with splash of removal stuff and the late game payoff. Like I don't want I have to think about it. Like what would handlock, like anything costing less based off of the size of your hand is not going to scratch the same itch that handlock did, was my point. So I don't know, like if it devolved into some kind of like OTK deck where you didn't actually run the full handlock package and you just had like, you know, the maybe this is I'm just like throwing out a concept I know they wouldn't print for the sake of like demonstrating my point, but like if they had a spell that did like 15 damage and it cost one less for each card in your hand, you know, I wouldn't want to play that, right? Like I don't want to play get my hand really big and then blow up my opponent. I want to get my hand really big, play some giants, remove my opponent's board, heal up, and then like a completely, you know, cool way late game win condition. Like, you know, like back in the day it was Jiraxis, right? You know, like I want something like that on the top end if I was gonna have something like that. Or, you know, it could have an OTK. I just don't like, you know, because like I like Leroy Faceless Power Overwhelming, but I don't want it to be like the OTK is so efficient that you just completely ignore the giants, right? I want it to be big hand-based threats on board is my only point. Chat, can I not lose, please? I don't want to lose. How do I get this to kill my opponent? I guess I do this. Do that. That, we go face. I think I'll smack them with this next turn and just hope that they don't have legal. I'm still sitting at 31 health and my board isn't that big, so I don't think they're gonna blow me up that easily. Is that even possible to exist anymore in today's wild? Sure, yeah. You could do it. You could do it. Chat, is that objection or ice block? I hate this game. Like, not this game as in Hearthstone, but like the game where I have to sit and figure out if that's objection or ice block. Not a fan. It is objection. It's Flame Ward, obviously. Okay, fair enough. Do you want more even cards for even Warlock? You know, I would like them to be odd even, I guess. Because I'm tired of not running Renathal in my handlock deck.
Living drop all kinds of things. You'll find me wherever the action is.
Chat, you will find me wherever the action is, whether you like it or not. Alright, as soon as we have legal, we can Zephy's Flare. Oh man. Are we just dead? It's just 20 damage, right? It's just 20 damage. But they can also press the hero, but yeah, we're dead. The idea of Prismatic Questline deck was that when you didn't need to play dragons for it, you could pressure with early tempo, tutor Kazakusan, and still finish the quest with things in hand while playing treasures. So swag original. I haven't played Wild in a while. What are the top decks? The top decks are... Oh, Marshy just refuses to be useful. I'm trying to think of the 3 most ridiculous things I can think of. You know, Corrupt the Waters, Infinite Shudderwock Shaman. Alright, that's got to be number 1. Number 2 is Shadow Step Miracle Rogue with Auctioneer and Edwin. Alright. And number 3 is, of course, the Demon Seed. You know, it's broken. Alright. The last one is actually like slightly true. Like it's good. I don't think it's like a meme deck, but it's memey that people always think it's better than it is. What are the actual good decks? I hear Extra Large Highlander Paladin's pretty good. So like Libram Paladin and Imbue Mage are good. Pirate Demon Hunter. Extra Large Shadow Priest. Demon Seed is good. Astral Druid has got to be up there. Astral Communion Druid is shockingly playable for what it is. I don't think it's one of the best decks in the game though. It's decent though. Is Hostage Mage still decent? You enjoyed that? I mean, it's alright. It's got kind of a target on its back. That was my favorite bug. Oh, it's got to be ants. Like, do I have a favorite type of ant? I don't know. I think ants are so interesting. I think they're very interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Ants have like overall societal behavior is very similar to human behavior, so I just think they're really interesting. I also think that the living drop all kinds of things. So I have 11. Depending on what they give with this Muck Morpher, we might actually just win next turn. You think it's beautiful that Astral Communion Druid is playable? I agree. I agree. So, is Zephy's gonna offer me the Hex when he probably thinks he can give me lethal?
Your wish is my suggestion.
So, if he doesn't hit Glug, he doesn't hit the other horse, but it's going to, right? Like it's tutoring a beast. Okay, we gotta do this. We gotta do this. I'm sorry for all the lethal oneers, but I don't think it was happening. Are Marshy Zenny redeems working? Nobody knows for sure. Nobody knows for sure. Was I supposed to do something? I was supposed to pound it. Pound it, different shelf. My bad. Does my opponent just lose? What a loser! Oh my goodness, they don't call me Silver Boo for nothing. Alright. I'm the one that gets to silver eventually. Okay? Look at this. Whoa! So exciting. How'd you get Diamond Zephyrus? I think it's for having all of Oldham. I don't remember. Where are we at? Eight minutes, 7 minutes, that's 15, and 3 is 18, 21. Okay, so 10 more minutes-ish of this. Hopefully it stops there. Deck stops being fun when it goes from playable to meta, like what happened with Uther or Holy Wrath. Not all of them. I think plenty of meta decks are fun. You know what Diamond Zephyrs means? Martian owns Corrupt the Waters. I think Corrupt the Waters is a fun card. I'm just tired of hearing people to tell me to put it in serious Shudderwock decks, like, because they think that I'm supposed to. That's all. Like, I would build a Corrupt the Waters deck for the fun of it. You know, I would do that. And I think it's great when other people do it. It's just there's a long history of people telling me, Martian, this is why you put Corrupt the Waters. Meh. Why isn't there any Serenite Chain Gang in your deck? Meh. What do we... Meh. How are you supposed to win with Shudderwock if you don't play him 400 times? You know Shudderwock is an amazing card when the general perception of him is you don't get to win unless he's played 10,000 times, right? So I also like the amount of wins people are willing to sacrifice to have a shot at winning in certain situations, right? Like, you know, people are willing to go -1 in hand to do something that doesn't affect 19 out of 20 games with Shudderwock, which is what you do when you run Corrupt the Waters in a serious build. If you put Corrupt the Waters in a serious build of Shudderwock Shaman, you are sacrificing, you know, consistency in most of your games because it is not going to matter in 19 out of 20 games. But, you know, every once in a while, if you build a little too heavily towards the infinite, right? More heavily than you're supposed to for winning reasons, and, you know, fine for fun reasons. Every once in a while, you'll put yourself in a situation where, like, Shudderwock will whiff its copies before its grumble when it really needs to do the opposite for when you're supposed to win. Like, when you really needed it to go the opposite way, right? And even though that situation comes up so rarely, that, like, in a serious build of Shudderwock, the situations where you're, like, gambling on getting Shudderwock back with the grumble based off of its order with the copy effects, even though that comes up so rarely, people are still willing to hose all of their other matchups just to make sure that that one specific situation always goes exactly the way that you expect it to, that you want it to. So it's just funny. You're all funny. Guess. Actually, don't know which one of these I want. I don't have the synergies for either. I guess I'll take this one. And should I coin Neophyte? Seems alright here. I just got back from surfing yesterday and have a crazy sunburn. How's it going? It's going pretty good because I don't have a sunburn. I'm sorry you have a crazy sunburn. I hate it when that happens. How was surfing otherwise, though? Okay, fun, please. I will corrupt my water on my own time, then. Yep. Corrupt the Waters is even worse, especially after 1 mana freeze copy exists now. Yeah, I mean, like, that hasn't really actually changed anything, but to your point,
Something to consider.
it's kind of, like, really highlighted that, because, like, 1 Shudderwock probably wins the game. 2 Shudderwocks, that wins the game. 3 Shudderwocks, okay, you're not going to lose. So between the 2 icy things and the macaws, and the fact that you can play ETC at any point in the game prior, and it will probably give you either a cold... Is it cold storage? Or will either give you a cold storage or a macaw to then use on the Shudderwock you played that turn. You know, like, between all of that, you're going to be able to get a second Shudderwock, and you don't need more than 2. You know, so... most of the time. And you have so many, right? You have the macaw in the main deck, you have the cold storage in the main deck, you likely have grumble, and you have the cold storage and the macaw in your ETC. So you have so much access to a second Shudderwock, and if you're not building your deck like a complete potato, I say as someone who builds his deck deliberately like a potato a lot of the time. then that's going to be enough. So that's my story about that. All right, happy I got that. What was kind of gambling on? Maybe this? Yeah. So let's go ahead and... Like, I just didn't want to, like, run both of my 4/1s into that, you know? Tempo Orana. Against a deck like this, I don't hate it. Corrupt the Waters reached top 2 in one of Maxi's tournament last year. That means it's good in every situation. True. It's not about winning, it's about making your opponents hate you and the game. Well, I mean, like, that's totally fair. Like, I've played Shudderwock for those reasons also. It's just like, that's not the context under which I'm criticizing using Corrupt the Waters. It's when I show a clip of me getting hosed by having 4 copy effects in the Shudderwock, and instead of just enjoying like how funny it is that 4 copies triggered after the Grumble triggered, or the Zola or whatever it was, I still got getting, this is why you add Corrupt the Waters, this is why you add Corrupt the Waters. No, that's not why you add Corrupt the Waters. Sometimes things just don't go your way. I bet you all of those people are running, like, you know, really heavy builds, right? Like like a ton of 4 and up cost things in their deck, and they never have anything playable in the first 3 turns, and except Corrupt the Waters. And they don't look at their opening hands and think, you know, this is why I should add more lower cost things in my deck. You know, I bet you they don't do that. This is why I should cut Corrupt the Waters, because then I won't have Corrupt the Waters instead of whatever I need, like a Lightning Storm or whatever I need right now. I bet you they're not using that criticism. All they care about is that when they play Shudderwock, they will get it back, no matter what. Those are the people I'm criticizing. But it's a very fun card from a fun card standpoint. Like, I would play that. I would play Corrupt the Waters in a funny deck. I'm just not going to put it in a serious Shudderwock build, because it doesn't belong in a serious deck. It belongs in a Marshy funny deck. I think it was my first year of streaming. Yes. I think it was during Scholomance. I had a build of Shudderwock that, like, it armor vendored both players. Oh, it must have been during Darkmoon Fair. But anyways, it was not a try to make it tie deck. It was a armor so much that my opponent doesn't have time to kill me, and I have infinite boards deck. So, like, a board full of 6/6 Shudderwocks is going to kill your opponent in a few turns, even if they're at like 200 HP. So, like, I would just do that until until I had a nice buffer of armor vendors. And sorry, what I was doing was I was using Shudderwock with Barista Lynchin in the pool, so that she would only get me back Shudderwocks. And doing that every turn, filling my board with a bunch of Shudderwocks, and giving me a bunch of armor, and my opponent a bunch of armor. And then if they cleared the board, I would play another Shudderwock, and if they didn't, I wouldn't. I'd just go face a bunch. And so I'd, like, once my opponent runs out, I have as much health and Shudderwocks as I want. That's what it was. I wanted the Shudderwocks back to my hand, but I didn't want them off the board. That's why I wasn't using Grumble. So I would keep doing that until my opponent didn't clear the board. Then I would hit them in the face with Shudderwocks. If they cleared my board again, I would play a new Shudderwock. I would play Shudderwocks until I had, like, you know, enough out. And then I would pet them in the face over the course of 10 to 12 turns, and I would win. And that was a really fun deck, because it used Corrupt the Waters to guarantee my Shudderwocks or whatever. But did I use Corrupt the Waters in that one? I think I'm mixing things up. I'm just reminiscing about a really fun Infinite Shudderwock deck I had. So, like, you would just pet them with Shudderwocks for, 20 minutes, half an hour. That was really fun. Everyone in chat would think, like, oh, the turn timer, you're going to lose. You keep giving them armor. But, like, it was a very calculated amount of armor I was giving them. I never once tied with that deck. If it got to that stage of the game, I would always win. You have plenty of time. That's my story about Shudderwocks, I guess. I have had, like, I played around a lot with Shudderwock around that time. Like, between... Am I actually remembering a post-Barons deck? I might be. I don't know. It's been a long time now. And I was playing with Shudderwock shenanigans all through there. Maybe that was a post-Barons deck. I don't remember Flurgle Toxfin being in it. I don't know. Maybe I'll play games instead of reminiscing about old Shudderwocks. I had a lot of Shudderwock fun before Fractured and Alterac. Fractured and Alterac is when Shudderwock became like mainstream and all about bouncing Snowfall Guardians. But before, like, you know, especially after Primordial Dungeoneer came out and before Fractured and Alterac, that was a big pet card of mine. Back in my day, true. That's what's up, Robin. Did I play Corrupt Jades? I did play Corrupt Jades. That's what I was mixing up with the Barista Lynching. Because, like, in that one, I was Barista Lynching to not put the Jades in my hand with Grumble. And in the Infinite Armor one, I was running Barista Lynching to not get my Shudderwocks off the board. Because they were my win condition. I needed them to be out to hit my opponent. I have videos of both those decks, though. Like, I think that was when I was making really stupid looking thumbnails. So, Shudderwock's stupid face would be in it from 3 or so years ago. Why not just run Platebreaker in that Shudderwock deck? That's what a lot of those chatters would say, Guapo. The reason I would not run Platebreaker in that deck is because I was going to win despite the Platebreaker. So why put in a Platebreaker if it doesn't affect whether or not I win or lose? Chat, my opponent just played Elven Archer and then hit themselves in the face with it. What, Sure, I can see that logic. Like, what's the logic of putting Platebreaker in? It doesn't affect whether or not I win the game. I need to hear that logic. I don't know that my opponent was expecting me to get right through these frogs. But here we are. I think your opponent is super bot or a mobile player. Maybe they are just trying to get themselves to 15 health as fast as they can for a quest. Bro has quest to complete. What's happening? I don't know. I'm sure Marshy deck played with enemy expectations, hoping they could win the race. Platebreaker makes them concede. Okay, so there's that, I guess. Like, the idea is definitely hoping that my opponent will stick around and enjoy my half hour of Shudderwock that I'm trying to do. But really, I just didn't want to lose games because I had a 5/5 in my deck. This was before ETC even. I would not have considered, like, I don't put cards in my ETC like that, right? Like, that don't affect the outcome of the game. Like, Platebreaker was not... There was no synergy between my deck and Platebreaker. Like, I don't know... It didn't affect the outcome of any game. So, that is why I would not play it. But ETC wasn't even around. So, like, I would have had to main deck a 5-mana 5/5 that does literally nothing to win or lose the game. Well, it does something to lose it by being a boring 5/5. But yeah. I don't know. I love that deck. I think about playing it again sometimes. But I don't know that, like... Decks are so decisive and consistent these days that, like, the likelihood of being able to stack a bunch of Shudderwocks into the moon for half an hour just seems like not that likely. Dead Ringer. Could do this here and play this. Could coin this. But I still have a lot of 1 cost in my hand. What are cards that you objectively know are fine, but chat makes you despise? Like...
There's simply nothing I can do.
Like, cards that are good in some decks, but they annoy me because of how chat talks about them.
There's simply nothing I can do.
I guess, like, Dirty Rat would be one that bugs me. Like, the Dirty Rat discussions tend to be pretty obnoxious sometimes. It's a card that, like, both is fine in some metas and is not good in others. So, like, it'll be a card that, like, has no place in a certain deck. But because, you know, it's dirty, like, there'll be a meta where Dirty Rat is not likely to be useful, so I won't include it in a deck like this. And chat will be like, why don't you have Dirty Rat? And I'll have to explain, you know, all that. But, like, also, you know, Rat on 2 rhetoric is, we had this discussion the other day, I don't need to rehash it, but Rat on 2 rhetoric is a little annoying because, like, you know, it is and it isn't a bad play onto, you know, it just depends. And it's one of those discussions that I've had too many times to want to talk about it anymore. So, like, you know, I do think I don't like Rat, but not because of its gameplay, but because I don't like to talk about Rat anymore. I don't know, I don't even, I'm trying to think if there's, like, a card that, like, is fine, but chat has made me hate it, as far as, like, do you mean in the sense that I'm complaining about Corrupt the Waters, where Corrupt the Waters is like a fine meme card, but it's not a good competitive card? But applying that to competitive, where I know it's a competitive card, but the way people talk about it, it makes it annoying. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, something like that. I mean, like, maybe the Demon Seed in some respects, because I don't have the mana for this. Kind of want to take this, actually. So if I coin this now, I can tracking and play these 2 next turn too. So, like, the Demon Seed, I think it's kind of like reverse, I think, of what the question is. So for me, the Demon Seed has been fine in certain metas, including this one. And it's obnoxious to me because people talk about it like it's completely unacceptable when it's anything short of... as long as there's any aspect of playability to it, it's unacceptable. And so, like, it gets annoying to me to hear, like, people complain about the Demon Seed when it's fine. So there's stuff like that. But, like, is there a good card that I hate because of the way that chat talks about it? I don't know.
Circle round.
Inhospitable.
There have been cards that, like, you know, when I'm trying to do a goofy deck that would use something like Corrupt the Waters, there have been cards where, like, people will say, like, why aren't you just doing this? And it's like, I can hear you being extra slow with that.
Oh,
So now
sorry.
I'm just saying, like, it would be better to just get it out of the way than it would be to, like, slowly do it over 2 minutes. But also, Renee was being respectful of my stream and, like, very slowly, you know, mixing Pedialyte into her water to, like, not cause too much of a sound, but it also made it go on for a lot longer. So I forget what I was talking about. I don't know. Hard to say. So like when I'm playing like a meme deck, right? Like I don't want to hear about what the amazing, perfect, if I do this one, it'll go to 1/1. It'll go to 3/3. That'll go to 2/2. This will result in that dying to the Dread thing. So they'll have to trade specifically Theatar if they want to get rid of Dread Scale. So yeah, like sometimes when I'm memeing around trying to do something silly and people insist on me adding like a more competitive card, it's just been a while since that's happened. I don't have an example ready off the top of my head. The cards that come to mind are Platebreaker, Ice Block, Holy Wrath, Sticky Fingers, and Demon Seed. I don't know that Platebreaker and Sticky Fingers are fine. They're not fine. They're bad. That's my problem with them. Platebreaker has had its like... Sticky Finger had exactly one meta where it was something. That was the standard meta with Evolve Shaman. It was a real card then. It has never had like... It has never had a place in Wild. There has never been a Kingsbane deck where Sticky Finger, like from a I would like to win games standpoint, there's never been a time when Sticky Finger was right to put in your deck. So like, that's my issue with it. Let me rephrase the question. Fine as in the card isn't as good as people make it out to be. Oh, okay, I got tons of those examples. All right, I thought you were asking a completely different question. Let's see. Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely annoyed by Platebreaker and Sticky Fingers' existence because I know that they're bad and people keep telling me that they're good and I should run them. I think I still do this one this turn, right? Actually, I could do this first, which would activate my Watchtower. I'd be attacking with 3, 7, 9, 13, and then this, which would be at 5. It's 2 off. Right? This would be 4, 7, 11, 13. So yeah, I don't think it makes too much of a difference either way. I'll just do this.
Looking for a standoff? Careful, it's against me. One shot is all
Yeah, Sticky Finger is probably the most famous example. Ice Block. I don't know that I hate Ice Block because of chat. I hate Ice Block because of I get okay. So like, I don't know that this is necessarily limited to chat, but like, it's mostly chat, I guess. the Ice Block nerf suggestions that are just so bizarre. It is a very weird topic to talk about. It's become a little meme. I don't know that I hate it. It's just like, it tickles me that if you mention nerfing Ice Block, you get a flood of commentary, and also that the commentary is very silly. So, that's more of a meme than I actually hate it. And like Demon Seed, I guess, would be up there.
To err is human.
Is this at 6 or 5? That's at 5. So I could do this and this to clear that. That would leave me with 5, which I could play this. I guess so. Did someone say nerf ice block? Yeah.
One shot is all I need.
Recently, I think, like... I think Uther Paladin got talked about like it was holding back more of the meta than it was. Oh, take it as, yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh, Shadow Step. They should make it Mice Block and it counters Dirty Rat. True. Chat, I think I'm going to lose this game.
Cast the darkness from your heart.
I don't know how y'all feel about this, but I think I'm going to lose this game. Something about it.
Circle round. One shot is all I need.
Snuggle.
You think we lost when they played Reno? Yeah. Yeah. Get that back in your hand. That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. Chat, do you think I can win? What would it take? Actually, if they don't kill me here, which is not looking likely, if I could play this and Zephy's, I'm out. I'm out.
Never give up. Run away.
Actually, I think we have enough on this deck. What should I play next? I want to play something good. I could play extra large Highlander. Discard Warlock. Say what? Schmoopion. It's not currently on. It's gonna have Schmoopy for his Enraged Warrior list. Or his Odin Bungus list. Questline Demon Hunter. I am interested in playing Questline Demon Hunter. Should I just play Questline Demon Hunter? Hostage Mage? I think a slow thing doesn't sound fun. Dungar Druid will hit the part of Martian's brain that wants something difficult. Okay. I'll take a look at it. Take a look at this bungus. Make Big Paladin great again. Was it great the first time? Collateral Fish, thank you so much for the 36 months. How are you? Astral Druid, but with Astral Druid, but with Barnabas. Okay, you got it. This is such a high drawn win rate. Why is it only a 1 of? This looks like Miracle Druid, but with an alternate win con. Is this not... Oh, is this not the sauce? Is this not it? You know what? I'm going to table this for another day. I do want to play this, and it's not going to be today. I don't want to, like, explore new horizons of spaghetti, I guess. I wish I could just queue up. I wish I could just queue up Questline Demon Hunter without, like, knowing that it's going to be a dud of a video, you know what I mean? It's so sad. So sad that I can't just play this stuff without it being like, yeah, well, the video's gonna flop. But you know what? I don't care. I'm out. So how is my friend dispose of evidence? Looks like hot garbage. Let's cut it. I thought it would be hot garbage. Do I really not have any schmancy Irana? What's my gold situation? Enough for 2. Let's get 2 Perils packs, because there are 2 things I want in it. I know I wanted the schmancy Irana too. Ba 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 ba. Literally always get Maestra. You love to see it. Great. All right. Excuse me. All right, nothing new. But I mean, I guess this is worth it. Is really only 1 glaive? Could play Shagro Priest. I just don't enjoy that one. I want to play a fun deck. Does not look like we're missing good cards. Yo, what up, KVLT? How you doing? KVLT, perfect timing. How do you like the list here? Is this what I should be playing if I'm playing this deck? How was your stream? Thank you for the raid. Is this a KVLT approved list? Double jump. Does not look like it's good. Is that supposed to be something else? Looks kind of bungus to me. Looks kind of bungus to me. Is adding Zephyrus Insanity? I don't know that it's Insanity. It's something, though. I feel like double jump is bungus. But like, is there a card that's supposed to be that it isn't in here already? It's called Flat Earth, Zeph. It is. Hi, QB. I feel like the Silence Targets all got nerfed and it could be another Glaivetar. Okay. Okay. I haven't played with this one in a while. Let's go. Let's go. Martian, for those of us who are blind, can you describe your shirt? It's one of the shirts I've ever had on. That much we know. Sigil of Time is what's debatable. Sigil of Time looks pretty good in the stats. And Glide looks pretty bad in the stats. I don't know how debatable that is. You'd have to tell me why. Oh, double jump is here. I just missed it. Looks okay. Describe taste. Taste is when you smell, but it's your mouth instead of your nose. Is that what you were looking for? Is that the approved bungus? So I already have this, which is like really high mulligan. This is decent mulligan. Do I keep it? Or do I look for things like Patches and Fierce Outsider? I don't know. I probably should have kept it. Taste is hearing with your mouth? Not quite. But sort of.
I see you've brought
I feel like hearing and feeling are similar. Yeah. I'll never understand why people hate Demon Hunter so much. Demon Hunter is really fast in the way that it wins. It often plays tons of cards in a turn. It had a very high win rate for its first expansion. All those things. Mana burn? Oh look, my deck tracker is too tiny. Let's make that bigger. Maybe not that big. That ought to be plenty. That seems plenty to me, chat. We got our discount Glaivetar. That's pretty good. We actually got a lot of nice things. Wow, what a great sigil. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. This is kind of a gross trade, but like leaving it up just gives them the option, because they can do that on their own turn, right? Leaving it up just means that they have the option to do something else with it, and I like taking away their options. And I don't want to sink this 4 damage into that, do I? I could. Is a 2/1 body on board worth more than 4 damage to face? I don't think so. Hi, Otters. Imagine not being a day one odd Demon Hunter enjoyer. I will always miss day one odd Demon Hunter and having to figure if you should keep the far left card in your hand, just because if you toss it, there's a chance it could be eye beams and turn off your whole deck. Don't you find double glaive tar to be clunky? Probably. What would you run over my second glaive tar? I see. Oh. Brute activated. KVLT says double glaive tart is good. I don't doubt him. But I would like to know what Chatter thinks I should be running instead. If they're going to come out here and tell me to change my list. You've never won a game, so you don't know? Okay, fair enough, fair enough. KVLT is boosted?
Time grows short.
Chat, the one thing that I was like really confident on from... Should I just not swing with this now? I don't have the time anymore. I talked to chat for too long. The one thing that I'm really confident from looking at the stats on is that Sigil of Time is a 2 of. I mean, like, I could be wrong, you know, I'm no expert. But like I looked at the stats and I was like, wow, Sigil of Time is really good. So I put 2 in. That's my story about that. KVLT is a known Dungar abuser. KVLT, have you been abusing poor innocent Dungar?
I grow impatient.
If I do this and then swing, I'll have a hand of 10 cards.
They will never catch me.
Could also just not do that, you know. I don't know which one of these I want. I wanted something I could play alongside this and then play these this turn, but
Time grows short.
that's not happening now. I don't think I want CCG. I think I'll just take this stupid thing.
I like to think they teach me.
I do not know that I'm playing this well, but my weapon sure is getting juiced, isn't it? You play Hostage Mage? Well done, Otters. I saw KVLT at a grocery store in Los Angeles yesterday. I told him how cool it was to meet him in person, but I didn't want to be a douche and bother him and ask him for photos or anything. He said, "Oh, like you're doing now?" I was taken aback, and all I could say was, "Huh?" But he kept cutting me off and going, "Huh, huh, huh," and closing his hand shut in front of my face. I walked away and continued with my shopping, and I heard him chuckle as I walked off. I feel like... I'm not up to date on my KVLT lore.
Wait to read these.
Oh, there's a light ray. If you had Outcast I-Beam in the mulligan, Baku wouldn't activate. Yes, when I-Beam cost 0, it was if you had it in your... Chat, I have never finished a sentence, and I don't plan to start now. Just saying. Alright.
Anyone ought to a ghoul to the face. Whoop.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that won't do, pig. That will not do.
Gotta go. Anyone ought to a ghoul to the face.
Don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah. So I-Beam used to discount to 0 instead of to 1. So
Way to ash. Burn away.
No turn for you. No turn for you. So there was some bug where if it was on the left side of your hand, it would cost 0 when Baku would trigger, and so it would ruin it. Thank you, Mod, for whoever did that. Appreciate you. I know people who finish sentences and they're all cowards. Real. Real.
My quest, my revenge, it all ends here.
If 3 rights make a left.
Chat, did you know 3 rights make a left? If they manage to like acidic swamp ooze me here, I don't know that it's the end of the world. But like, they're not going to in Libram Paladin, right? Some things are better left unsaid. True.
I'm going to throw the book at you.
My recent opponent told me that because of Call to Arms nerf, skill is dead in Wild. Thoughts? Call to Arms is probably the only skill-intensive card of all time. So I think that's got to be true. Alright. There's Brainless, Slop, and there's Call to Arms. There is no in-between. Ba-ba-da-ba. Boop. You know what, Just Alter? I'm gonna give you 3 guesses. Why? I'll give you 3 guesses as to why your comment deserved to be removed there.
Risks are always worth taking.
All right. I bet you can figure it out.
Your end comes now.
Is 14 enough to kill them?
Time grows short. Not
I can't even tell if it is or not. I can't press this, so it must be over, right? It would be green. Green is what it changes to? Yeah, I think we're good. The very first good bot deck in Wild was the Call to Arms Egg Paladin. Oh. Well, the more you know. And only the smartest decks get bots. Alright. Alright, that was an 11-minute game. How did we have an 11-minute game with Questline Demon Hunter? That's crazy.
Let's get right to the point.
Let's get right to the point. Chat, I found the good mulligan card. You know what, chat? I'm gonna play patches on 1. You can't stop me. Now they think I'm pirates and that I've drawn patches. What they don't know is I have drawn patches, just not the stupid one. Surely he's not Questline Demon Hunter if he didn't play the quest on 1. Quest in hand, cost 1, on 1. You must play it. Or you're not even playing a Questline deck. You know what I mean, chat? Chat knows what I mean. Oh. Well, I'll be... I don't want to play this because it's active, but like... I don't know what to say. Just Alter, you are... My chat is on my screen and they can see the things you said, and you said something about sex, right? It's just like... I don't know that I'm like actually a PG channel at this point, but you said something in chat that shows up on screen that Marshy didn't want to have showing on the screen. I don't know. It seems easy to figure out to me. Maybe I'm just a genius. Who knows? Only a genius would make the plays I just made. OMG chat, I leave to take 2 shots of vodka and pour myself a beer, and I hear you guys in the background are making my streamer upset. I'm not upset, I'm just like, I don't know. People being silly out here. Dad is drinking again. Maybe I should drinking again. Is it possible to learn the skill to make these plays, or are you just born gifted? I am born gifted, it's true. You love that hovering the sigils works with that extension? Oh, that's cool. Like chat can hover the sigils. That is pretty cool. Monoburn, alright. And Glaive Tar.
Burn away. That is mine.
I'm drinking all the alcohol in the house before the baby is born because I don't want them around in a while. That's cool. It's warm in here. Renee is wearing an ice pack on her head. It's very stylish. Chat, I played Monoburn. Why is my opponent playing cards? Hey! Oh. Yeah. Still don't like it. Isn't playing Shadow Step cheating? Chat, I played Monoburn! Come on! Why is this still happening to me? Because they're better than me? Oh. Alright. Makes sense. Nice Monoburn, dud. True. Will this save me? Will Kurtrus save me? Will 2 random demons save me? No! It ruined everything. Fine, I'll get a second one of these. Why wouldn't I want a second one of those, chat? Come on. Give me one good reason why I wouldn't want a second one of those. I don't know. Oh, I forgot I had played patches. Do you guys think I'm gonna win?
I yield for now.
Because Rogue has 1 mana Auctioneer. That's why they were able to play cards with only 2 mana. I would suspect it's more because of the 0 mana stuff. That's just me. Thinking 2 mana, 2 random demons doesn't save us. Yeah, I guess it might not. Zed. Not to be confused with ZE.
Let the games begin. This ends now.
I blinked and the game was over, so I guess you won. True. Yeah, that's the rhetoric that's the narrative. That's what I was looking for, not rhetoric. That's the narrative I'm going with. Chat, opinions on Final Showdown Coin Sigil, so that next turn I can play this and activate my quest. You like it? That's what you would do? Okay, well, maybe I'm onto something. Huge and massive. Do you think wild decks ever get inspired by standard decks or vice versa? Not really vice versa, but yeah, definitely the first one. That was famous Corvette content. It was making wild versions of standard decks.
I see.
They will never catch me.
Man, one off. Should I use this now? I feel like this isn't for now. What do I think about Malagos Druid? I'll tell you, I don't usually think about Malagos Druid. I was gonna play it today, but then I wasn't sure what the good list was, and I wasn't like
Who's hiding now?
all that hyped to learn a new deck at this point in time. Almost there, huh? Yeah, we can definitely get some stuff out this turn. So I'll do this, do this. It's lowest cost, right? So it's going to copy the Brute. That's what I want. Hey! Oh, because it reduced first and then it had it. Ah, fine. I'm not going to be able to copy the Brute. That makes me so sad. Am I even going to be able to play these? No, right? Where did my turn go wrong?
Time grows short.
Disaster. I gloved up somewhere. Next turn, probably do this and then this and then that. Maybe? Could also just play Glaive Tar, that seems decent. So yeah, Glaive Tar. This. Then we play a few of these. They call me Plays of All Time guy. If you like Miracle Rogue is inspired by standard Psycho Rogue, it seems like the same thing it's been for the last 2 years to me. I don't think I'd make that argument. Alright, opponent. Enjoy having, like, nothing interesting in your hand for a while. I want to play my Brutes, I think, more than I want to save this for Arana, right?
Burn away to ash.
Yay, Brutes. Good luck, opponent. Think it's Jover for the opponent fans? Yeah, probably. Glide is so good versus Hostage Mage. Miracle Rogue has been the funny drop giant, lose to a board, clear deck for a while. Yeah. Am I gonna draw anything with my hero power? Chad, I still have so much damage. Think I can win this one? What are my chances? Haven't tuned in for years. Glad to see Wild is still busted and same few decks are still on their reign of terror. Is this the same? I guess if you like you're popping in the one time I'm playing Questline Demon Hunter, and like that was a big monster a couple years ago, so it's funny. No one was playing it, then suddenly Spider is in the deck and everyone is playing it. Well, that's just because it got Spider, right? I don't know, it's inspired by Cycle Road. I feel like that's correlative, not causal. The point of Wild is that you can play a deck eternally? No. The point of Wild is that we can complain about nerfing the same cards for 10 years. Alright? That's why we play Wild. So we can say, hey Blizzard, nerf this. For many times. It's what the fans want. The point of Wild is to play 40 card Reno decks. Yes.
I cannot wait to read these.
Alright. But not with good cards. Only with duty cards. If I catch any of you with good cards in your Reno deck, also so we can re-experience things we hated in Standard. I would never play Standard.
I cannot wait to read these.
I remember Pirate Warrior and Raza Priest being the most popular last time I watched Hearthstone. That would have been like... when Frozen Throne was out before the Fiery War Axe nerf is when that would have been true. Okay. Well. Oh yeah, Ankar Warrior. I take it back. It could have been Ashes. All right, you're right. My making fun of you rescinded. That meta did exist. Forgot about Ankar. Chat, why don't they unnerf Ankar? Give me my 3 charges back. Give me 3 pirates. Unnerf the quest too. I know Memnarch likes Pirate Warrior. Memnarch would be pro Pirate Warrior Resurgence. What Demon Hunter nerfs do you think are very fine to unnerf now? I went through them recently and thought they could unnerf literally every single one. And then there was one where I was like, maybe not this one, but I don't remember what it was. I think it's literally all of them. Is what I would be fine with them unnerving, but you know, I'm just one spaghetti. This is how many? 3? I guess 3's okay. Guess 3's okay, chat. I should have played this first, because I don't care if they draw cards here, and I might have drawn Philosophy in time to get that discounted. But anyway... Good luck, opponent. A nerf multi-strike? I know. That's probably the one I want the most of the Demon Hunter cards. How is Skull not 5? Skull's still 6 mana. I can't believe that. I personally think they should unnerf every DK card. Yeah, me too. Is that what you asked me? No, you asked about Demon Hunter. Yeah, for sure. Rapid Fire unnerf would be nice. Interesting. I feel like it's strange for Swagwar to say that. Is that strange for Swagwar to vote for Odd Hunter Revert? Kinda. Yeah, I feel like that's the type of deck that you would have hated. Was Quest Hunter too good that they had to nerf the spells? Such a fun deck. Questline Hunter? Like, was it so good that they had to nerf Rapid Fire? Absolutely. Meta stank. Stank doo-doo. That's like one of the biggest Wild sucked and then Wild was suddenly fun nerfs of all time, is when they changed Sorcerer's Apprentice and Rapid Fire for a while, if that's the ones you're saying. You loved Questline Hunter? I liked Questline Player playing against it. Playing as it, but having to play against it as often as I did back then was not fun. Just Googled and Frozen Throne was 8 years ago. It feels like I've played Cthulhu Warrior just a year ago. You might have. You might have done that. In Twist. Remember Twist? Chad, it's almost a year since Whizbangs. Almost a year since Whizbangs Heroes. You remember that? That was the last new Twist. And then they took like half a year off. So like it was June and July they did Whizbangs Hero. And then they did half a year off, redid Twist Wonders, and we never heard from Twist again. Crazy sauce. Remember Nazmani Priest and Twist? I do. It never bothered me that much because it was always the lesser evil compared to Pirate Warrior. Oh, I feel the polar opposite to that statement. But I think we were playing at two different places on ladder. For me, Pirate Warrior was more tilting to play than it was to play against. Like, before it was nerfed ever, it definitely bothered me. But it was like the meta generally, not specifically Pirate Warrior. But like, it was still okay, but not as good after it got nerfed the first time. And during that time period, whenever I would try to play Questline Pirate Warrior, it was always like the mirrors just like made me want to uninstall Hearthstone. Because the whole game was just about where the random cannon firing that happened in the first few turns would hit. It's like, did my cannon did my board get hit by the cannon shots? Well, then I lost. Did the cannon shots go face? All right, well, I have another turn. Okay, my cannon shots, what happened with them? Did they hit the enemy board? Okay, they lost. Did they go face? Okay, I lost. Ugh, what a cluster those games were. So yeah, I didn't like to play Pirate Warrior, but I didn't, like after it got nerfed the first time, I didn't mind playing against it. All the top Legend players were more concerned with Darklair. Darklair was already dead by that point. When it was like Pirate Warrior Questline Hunter, like that was the Reno even Warlock Pirate Warrior Questline Hunter meta. So the Darklairing had already stopped. And then like by the end of the expansion, Ignite Mage got figured out, and that became insufferable. You know, on the one hand, it's annoying that this isn't in my hand anymore. On the other hand, they've activated my Outcast Trap card. I'm definitely missing my I-beams now. I'll say that much. I will say that much, chat. Definitely missing those I-beams now.
They will never catch me.
I-beam? It's not I-beam.
They will never
That's not I-beam at all. Aw, I only needed to draw one more card. Disaster.
Who's hiding now? Come out, come out.
You will be crushed beneath the endless tide.
Adrenaline rush.
Should I kill this one, actually? Because once this is gone, it's gone. If I leave it up, they can put something on it.
Adrenaline
Alright.
rush.
Alright, well. Crisis averted. That definitely could have been worse. Any Darkleer remembers? I miss Darkleer. I don't miss Demon Seed Darkleer. Not at all. Not one bit. But I do miss Darkleer. Great times. Amazing times. Alright, I need to remember that I do not have Arana anymore. That is not something that is in my deck at this time.
Who's hiding now?
Alright, well, maybe that's too many cards, chat. Chat, I may have made a marshy boo-boo. Hopefully I don't overdraw anything too important. But anyways. Do this, do this, do that. Ooh, do I get to win? Yeah, that was not too important. I'll say that. I like my chances. Not gonna lie, chat. They ratted my win con, but I do like my chances. I think I might stand a chance in this game. I think we could be okay. I did overdraw a card though, and we all know that if you burn a card, you lose instantly. So there's that. But it's so cool to see you play good decks and flex your skills. It's so cool to see you play potato decks and pick your nose. Should I play some potato decks and pick my nose? Thank you, Guapo, by the way. It is fun to play good decks sometimes. That's why Nosferatu is famously a turn 2 OTK. Can't believe they nerfed it. I know. What is wrong with them? So let's see. What do we got here? 11 minutes. 26 minutes. We need one more.
Versus Queen Ashara.
I'm down for potato decks, but no nose picking. They come together. I'm sorry. You have two options. You can either have the potato decks and nose picking, or you can have no potato decks. I don't make the rules, I just make them. I'd like for a couple weeks where every single card isn't nerfed in a band, I gather Questline Warlock would be the best. I would also like that. It sounds fun. Yeah, maybe. Like, I was just thinking about this the other day. What was the other one? So, like, Questline Warlock would have lots of things. So it would have Chamber, first of all. So 2 mana Chamber. Like, on top of the demon synergies, right? Like the self-damage synergies. So we would get like original Darkleer, which is way more broken than 2-cost Darkleer. Did you know that like a lot of people think that the first Darkleer nerf made Darkleer stronger? Can you believe that? Chat, does anyone... Did you guys actually play with... Did you guys actually play with the original Darkglare? Probably not. That deck did not exist for very long. It was like a month, maybe. So, like, there's a giant flying beetle in here. I don't want it to be in here. I should do something about that. I want to play this next turn with this, maybe? Alright, let me solve this beetle problem before I make fun of more people for thinking silly things. Be right back.
As if I could be cleverer.
I knocked it off the blinds. I don't know if it actually left or not. I'll give it a turn of me looking really weird in OBS. Then I'll resume having a closed door so I don't look stupid like this. I hope it left. I don't know where else it could be. I'm back. I'm still bright. Have I just been bright this whole time? Haven't been looking at myself. Haven't been narcissistic enough to fix my camera. Is it better or worse? I don't know. I don't care anymore. Back to the game at hand. To the game at hand.
They will never catch me.
Well, bummer.
I see.
Anyone order a ghoul Saturdays?
that take makes sense if you only process the less mana equals better part of the nerf and then stop thinking about it completely. Yeah. The more mana equals better part of the nerf. So yeah, what people should think about, like I don't know. Go back and watch some. Surely out there somewhere, there's video of people playing with original Darkglare. I started my YouTube after that change, so like there isn't any of me doing it. But like original Darkglare, you could do like instead of Kobold Librarian being a free card, it was like you gained a mana for playing it. So you could just you just had literal infinite mana. It wasn't like you could refresh and play a bunch of one cost things a bunch of times like it was with the later Darkglare that was still good but not better. It was like the 3-cost one lets you just, I don't know, play an absurd amount of stuff in a turn. It has to exist out there. I got bright from the beetle altercation? Really? Did my camera just not readjust? So weird. I have the lost footage of Martian playing original Darkglare, and no, you cannot see it. Oh, okay. There actually might be a clip of me playing it. I think clips are saved. Well, I might have deleted them for copyright reasons. I forget. Bring back Stealer? I don't know. I don't know.
Will serve me in death.
All will serve me.
Now.
Serve my nose. Stealer was so fun. At least in standard. Oh yeah, I mean like, yeah. I played a little bit of what do they call it, 6Ds? What were the 6 demons? It was Matron, right? You would play Matron to draw with Hand of Gul'dan. It was Darkglare, Stealer of Souls, and Matron. That was D6. I keep drawing this on turn 1. Am I skilled? I played a little bit of that. I wish I'd played more. I remember, like, so first of all, I do remember liking it a lot. I had a lot of fun playing that when I did, which was not very much. But I just wasn't playing standard generally back then because I was so wild focused. I do feel like I missed out. I keep seeing something in my periphery. I wonder if that beetle's still in here. It's stressing me out, man. Do I trade because I don't want taunts? We can do this next turn. We'll do this now. Pretend this is a good play. Chat, do you think I can beat Battlefield Necromancer, not even Death Knight? Played a bunch of it before it was nerfed. It seemed fun. A lot of stuff sounded fun. Like, I didn't really play that much Garrote Rogue, for example. I just kind of missed out on the standard Stormwind meta, which I think would have been really cool. Like, I don't know. Stormwind was pretty gross for a while, but I think standard had its moments based off of what I heard. Alright, opinions on using my monomer now. I think you're dead in 3 turns max, sorry, uh-oh. Stormwind rotating is what brought you to Wild, that's funny. Didn't play Carrot Rogue, but still have perfect 20/20 hindsight. Teach me your secrets. True. What? I see. You. Do I do this? I don't know. I don't know what to do, chat. Just out here playing stuff, hoping it goes right. I like the part where I can play this brute. Also, I guess I could do coin this, play that, play that. Yay! So far, so good. Oh my goodness. It did go pretty well, I think. I was thinking about my turn the whole time, and then I just kind of snapped back into the game and remembered what my opponent is playing. This looks like fresh out the gate unholy standard Death Knight from back when. So paranoid about that beetle.
Muzzle their magic.
Reach for the skies.
What deck do you think is the deck that best fits is way worse than people let on? Like, when people talk about it like it's super broken, but it's like, it's okay, I guess. That type of thing. You know what? That's actually pretty annoying, because I could have gone this and this turn. Yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do. Maybe I'll glide? They have a big hand. I don't. Got really excited to copy some demons, and then remember the stupid neophyte. Who's hiding now, chat? Is it you? Kingsbane, that's definitely been one of them. Demon Seed has been that deck a lot. Pirate warrior. What else? Do not have glide. If the next card is glaive, I can win this turn. But then I also can't play Kurtrus. The next card is glaive. Okay, good. I couldn't win. I don't know why my math was so bad. Oh, I traded the 5 in. Nope, it was still stupid. This worked out fine. What else was better? Big Priest and Secret Mage have both been, like, during certain time periods, called for nerfs when it completely didn't warrant it. Secret Mage was really funny. Like, that's a pretty funny example of it, because like when Cabal Lackey got nerfed, Secret Mage was not even a deck that people played frequently, which was really funny. Oh, Shudderwock Shaman. Shudderwock Shaman got called an oppressive deck when it was like completely not on the map. Shudderwock Shaman is also one of those ones where people are like, it's been good nonstop ever since it came out, but like in between the Serenite nerf and when it got Primal Engineer, it was completely unplayable in Wild. Like, that was a long time. And like there was a lot of history erasure with that one. There was like, it's been nonstop good ever since it came out. Well, no, it got Primal Engineer and it started being good for a little bit, and then it took Stormwind off, and then again Fractured on an Alterac, then it started to be good in the way that it was good in Wild. That should be enough. This was fun though. I kind of want to just play this from now on. Did Darkman Fair have a nerfed lifesteal weapon? Do you mean Kingsbane? No. That was nerfed in like Rastakhan, wasn't it? I think it was nerfed in Rastakhan. I think that was part of my most hated nerf after Raza, at least. The like Boomsday was so boring to me because it was like pretty much just odd decks in both formats, so everything felt so samey. Like, part of what made me so addicted to Hearthstone in Year of the Mammoth is that Standard and Wild felt completely different. So I would like go to Legend and Standard playing something, and then I would go to Wild and get to Legend there and have a completely different experience. So like, it was really fun playing Hearthstone every month. And then after, so like in Witchwood, there was like odd decks, but they weren't like every deck you faced all the time. But starting in Boomsday, all of my opponents in both formats were playing Odd Paladin and Odd Rogue non-stop. All of Boomsday. And I got bored. I got really bored. And by the end of Boomsday, I was super bored. Rastakhan came out. And suddenly there was this Druid deck in Standard with a jillion win cons, and like, it was really fun. It was so refreshing to have like a brand new meta. And then it took them like 6 days, and that's when they nerfed Wild Growth and Nourish. And it went back to everyone was playing odd stuff again. I was like, boring. And that's when I kind of stopped playing as much. That was like, that was what got me sick of the game prior to Year of the Dragon, where I pretty much only played Quest Mage and Wild that whole year. Like, I played a little Standard, especially in Oldham. I liked the Untapped Potential Druid. I played a little bit of that, and I played N'Zoth Rogue in Doom in the Tomb. I had a lot of fun with that, but mostly I just played Quest Mage and Wild that whole year. And anyways, it was just because of that really annoying, obnoxious nerf patch. But I think that was the one where they nerfed Leeching Poison. I think it was in that one. Bye, chat.